I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. Oh, I was so glad that they put me under for that. Because yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know if either
I
of you guys had to have your wisdom teeth taken.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Mine were they said, quote, mine were extremely compacted.
really,
So they put me under, and I remember I was like a teenager, and I remember being extremely worried that I always feel like when I get that, I'll never wake up and I'll just die. So they put me under, and that was all I could worry about. But what I don't like about that stuff is it folds time. Like you are talk about the abyss. Like
hmm
there's nothing. Like they inject you, there's nothing, and then you just wake up.
yeah,
I don't remember any. It's just blackness.
yeah. It's so weird. Like yeah, like the what is it called? Anesthesia?
Yeah,
Anesthesia? Yeah.
stuff is gnarly.
Yeah, it really is because you like they the whole like count back from 10, whatever, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah,
fight it. I'm gonna fight it so hard.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nope.
not gonna work. 10 seconds? No way. And then like I don't remember. Like I get to like 6 or 7, and then you're just done. So what about you, Clark?
It's creepy.
Well, the scariest part about anesthesia is the fact that they don't know how it works.
What?
100%.
Uh,
You really
that's
don't
even
know.
more terrifying.
That's the scariest part about it. They don't really know why it does what it does. So,
How did
but
so is it one of those things where they just accidentally found out like LSD? They're like, what's this?
they know it works, but they don't know why they don't 100% know why it works.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Crazy. Yeah, but I'll tell you guys an anesthesia story about me because this goes back to the drug therapy from yesterday. So I told you that I'm like really susceptible to side effects. Anesthesia also is in this category. So when I got my wisdom teeth out, they told me you're going to be here an hour prep, an hour surgery, an hour recovery. All right. So I came in at 11 in the morning. Was there prepping for. They put me under at 12. Surgery was done at 1. I had an hour recovery. I was supposed to be home like 2 o'clock. I woke up at 6:30 that night when they woke me up and said, "You got to get out of here. We need this room." And they had to put me in a wheelchair and wheel me down to the front door, basically, and like throw me like my limp body where I couldn't move my legs, throw me into the back of my mom's like Suburban, and
Oh
that
my,
was I mean I that's what drugs do to me. It's
oh my
insane.
Whoa.
gosh.
That reminds me. I had a similar experience, but it wasn't anesthesia. It was like a it was like a ozone vitamin C drip. It was like I was like really sick one time like years and years ago, and it was so bad that my family had to go to the doctors with me. I couldn't. What my O2 like dropped way down. They had to put me in a wheelchair and put like oxygen on me. It was like some like bizarre infection. They didn't understand what was going on, so they put me. They put this mix IV on me, and I forget exactly what it was several things. I when that stuff started going in my vein, I kind of went unconscious, but like I was conscious, but my body wouldn't wake up. I could hear everybody in the room. I couldn't talk. I was like trying to communicate that I was in absolute terror. I could hear the nurses. I could feel the nurses like grab my arm and all this kind of stuff. And it goes back to that thing where people like in comas can probably hear you and they're just trapped in their body. And that is like the scariest thing. It took about close to 45 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there, and I snapped out of it. And then I was fine ever since that. They don't really know what it was, but I remember everything. I remember my mom going to get the nurse. I remember the nurse like grabbing me and trying to figure out what was going on. But I couldn't speak. I couldn't communicate. I could just hear. It was awful. I couldn't even open my eyes.
It's got to be what like the first stage of lethal injection feels like too.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
God.
That's what they do is they paralyze you first and then they stop your heart. So they give you 2 drugs. So
I think there is a place for that kind of punishment for like obscene repeat offenders of some. But man, I'm okay with just putting you in a cage for the rest of your life. There is something gnarly about just like the I don't know the it's the ceremonialness of it is so deeply creepy to me.
That is up and weird.